still pretty quiet here this morning. Well, we've got a little cool weather for once, which is really kind of nice, enjoying that. It's only about 80 today. Not very sunny though. But today is the day before I saddle up and head for the national park for the first test camping trip. And the very, very exciting part about it is what you see right here. You know what this means? It means the A-team has landed. My Delta Pro and its extra battery are here. So we now have, with these two, a little over 7 kW in the trailer ready to go. I do have another extra battery. I don't think I plan to bring it out. I'd always realized that if I had to have another extra battery, it'd have to go on the floor, most likely. Originally, I thought I could get 3 of them across here, but even after I measured with the way the cables are and everything, I'm not going to get 3 of them. But even if I had the extra battery with me on long trips and was able to, pop it in when I needed to, that'd give me over 10 kW. So, you know what? It's gonna work. And I should say 10 kWh. Sorry about that. It's still the Delta Pro, regardless of the numbers, is about 3.6 kW, I believe. So, all right, that's what we got. We're ready to go. We'll be doing a little testing with these guys and we'll see how it goes. Okay, doing a little testing here before I go out tomorrow, and I put these two in series, and because of where the sun's at right now, it is 11:26 locally here, and so the sun's going to be just about overhead, so I just laid them flat. So I'm getting no effect from the bifacial, obviously, because they're laying flat on the ground. And I just got 484 watts off these panels. They're 220 watt bifacial panels. These are the EcoFlow panels. So I would say these things are, they're definitely out producing. I love it. So we'll see how we do when we got it out at the park, and we really need the power. What I did to get enough on the power station to make it want to charge is I went ahead and ran the hot water heater for a few minutes and dropped the power station down. So there we go. That's a great sign that it can produce that much. And what I like, and what my whole goal here was, with ground-based solar, you can get it where you need it. Get what you need to get out of it. You can see here even now, a little later, 430 watts I'm taking in. And again, they're laying flat. Just laying flat on the ground. So you can't complain. And once I put all of them in, I'll probably series parallel them. But once I get them all in, and I may have some loss with my line to get them wherever I have to get them out away from the trailer. But no, you can't complain about, oops. Oh, it dropped, sun went in a little bit. Oh yeah, it's climbing up. Sweet. Okay, it is test day. We are loading up, getting ready to move out. I just did the tongue weight, move with some of the stuff I put in the front. I'm feeling better about that, about 405, 410 it looks like. That's a lot better than the 280 it was the other day. Now I know I don't have the most perfect rig here, but it works. forgetting the weight. So I believe I got all the weight off there. Yep, I got all the weight of the trailer on the tongue weight scale. So I'm feeling better about that. I think we're gonna tow a lot better. As I said, I was really getting a little bit worried about the 280, but I knew I could always move some stuff around. And I think one of the things that probably's added to it is I do have the air conditioner, the EcoFlow Wave 3 setting in here. And the deltas are in here, but they're more over the axles. So yeah, let's see when we get it hooked up, let's see what it looks like. Okay, we are all hooked up, ready to pull out. Really happy with the way the truck looks. This is with no weight distribution on it. Now that's not to say I don't need to get a weight distribution for long hauls with sway control, etc. But the truck doesn't even appear to be squatting. Not from what well, if it is, barely. I mean, it looks good. Now, the front end of the trailer is a little lower than what I'd like it. And I do have an adjustable hitch. It's actually brand new. I really didn't even take it out of the box because I was hoping this drop would, I think this is a 3 3/4 or 4-inch drop. May have to go to that other hitch. But as you can see, the front of the trailer is a little low, back's a little high, but it's nothing horrible. It's not anything I'd be super alarmed about. For a long haul, no, I wouldn't want to haul it this way. But from my understanding, you're a little bit better off to be nose down than to be nose up when you're hauling down the road. So, all right, I'm going to get this thing pulled out and get everything checked. And in a little while, I've got a buddy coming to follow me to make sure there are no issues, being it's the maiden voyage. And we are going to go from there. Well, here's a good shot from inside my spot. Here, let me back up, get it all in. Again, I don't mean to obsess, but yeah, it's pointed down a little bit. I'll tell you what, when I haul it back here in a few days, I think I'm going to get that other hitch and adjust that up a little bit. But again, I'm really happy with the truck. It's yeah, it's a little squat, but boy, that truck is again, it's only 400 pounds, and the rated tongue weight's 920 max, but still doing well. Yeah, with everything I got in there. I mean, remember, the only thing that I need to add to this trailer right now to be done is actually just the bathroom stuff, toilet, and all that stuff's riding slightly behind the axles. So, really happy with it. Probably need to go over and take a look at it from the back and see if I've got any lean left or right on the torsion axles. So let me walk behind there and take a look. We're running pretty good. You know, I'll ask my buddy that's going to follow me out there to take a look at it and see if he notices anything. And of course, it's really hard to tell on this uneven cinder pack. So, like I said, I'll have him take a look. But to me, it's looking pretty good. All right. Well, we made it. Tell you what, got here, popped up the gazebo tent, and it just started pouring. So, been here a little bit. Got some jacks under the trailer. Of course, making no solar to speak of at all, because it's raining. Towed beautifully. No problems whatsoever. I mean, it was only 10 miles, but still it towed great. Just got water put in and it started pouring. So give you just a quick view of the campsite here. Got the Vivor gazebo set up and that was about it. And it started pouring. It's a small campsite. It is primitive. We are in the national park. This is the Indiana Dunes National Park. It's the National Lake Shore. And great place. not too close to your neighbors. I mean, you're not piled in like cordwood or anything like that. Got some water collecting here in the campsite. That's never good. At any rate, everything is, now that's cozy. Got my lights set up, my zero gravity chair. Got to get in and get dried off here, and gonna get the air conditioner started up and settled in. Okay, we've got settled in here somewhat. Still raining pretty good. So I thought this would be a good chance to give the Wave 3 another chance. Right now I'm just running on its internal battery. We're going to see what we can do with it. Our starting temperature is going to be 80 degrees. Let's see what this can do without the bright sunshine and this thing being heated like an oven. So we're going to give it a chance. We're going to see what it can do. I can already feel some pretty cold air coming across here. All right, we got the air going and it's come down a few degrees already in just a few minutes. It does feel good. It blows really hard. I mean, I can definitely feel the temperature coming way down in here. So, and doesn't look really great, but I ordered this insulating sleeve off Amazon for the top hose. Even though the top hose is insulated, it does get hot. So we got that going. So the next thing I am going to do is I did turn on my Delta Pros, and I am going to take a shower tonight for sure. So get this baby turned on. Oh, it'd help if I turn on the AC power. I got the Delta Pros on, but I didn't turn on the AC. So, and that would be as simple as, there we go. AC power is on. So, there we go. We are heating water. So, this will be interesting to see what this exactly takes to heat. So we are pulling 14, 37, 38. That's about what I imagine that it would pull. So we'll see how long it takes us to heat up some water, and we are going to get a hot shower tonight here in the rig for our first night. Also got to do something about dinner. I think I did get the microwave set up. After I get the hot water heated up, I think I'll fire up the microwave and get some veggies and a couple other things made, and that'll be my dinner. Well, getting settled in for the night, I just got a shower. That was really nice. In an RV, to have a regular residential shower and be able to take what I call a real shower. Very nice. So, still got the air conditioner running. It's been running now probably an hour and a half or so, and it has cooled it off nicely in here, but I've about toasted the battery. It's about half. So I do know that I will have to plug it in to the Delta Pros tonight. Right there I've got a receptacle, non-GFI receptacle, because that has its own GFI, so got to plug it into non-GFI. It's kind of real homey in here tonight with just that light on. Got my BiPAP machine all set up. And I'm sure my 12-volt system will be fine for tonight. Not running a whole lot off of that, and got the 300 amp hours there, so we should be good. Have finished for the most part all the 120 volt draws for the night. I think I am still charging a battery, but have gone ahead tonight and have made dinner. Used the microwave for a couple different things. As I said, took my shower. Lights are just kind of off. Going to watch some TV now and settle in and listen to the rain, I guess. Boy, what a horrible way to start your first camping trip in a new rig. The good thing is, in the 10 miles that I did pull it, nothing fell over, nothing came apart, nothing was out of sorts whatsoever. Now I know that was only 10 miles, but there were some rough roads involved, and I was surprised that absolutely nothing was an issue. So, all right, I don't think I've got any more this evening. I will touch base with you in the morning. Hopefully, we can get outside tomorrow, but I do think that I'm going to have to make the 10-mile drive in to the shop and get my little Honda generator, because I do think we're going to be charging at least the EcoFlows tomorrow are going to have to be charged. The 12-volt house system, I think there will be enough solar to get it charged back. We'll see. This BiPAP with its heater takes about 4 amps. So running the 7 to 8 hours, that's going to be 32 amp hours out of a 100 amp hour battery. And I know there are 3, but it's still a pretty good chunk that this will be taking out of the battery system. So the one thing I never really thought of was this. When it rains, I take a good possibility of getting a bunch of rain down in there. And of course, if this door flops wide open, I'm going to end up with water and possibly even some bugs getting in. Never really thought of that. I think at the very least, I need to put some type of rain shield over the top of this. I'll have to see what I can come up with. If you have any suggestions, put them in the comments. I may have a solution by then. But nevertheless, we'll see what we come up with. But yeah, and that's why these test camps are so important, to get out there and find out things like this. Well, it's a few hours later here on day 1. It is still raining, although lightly now. And the temperature is still in the mid to upper 70s and very humid now that it rained so much. And I blew through the battery on the Wave 3, of course. I've got it plugged in. And so now I'm burning through my EcoFlows. So at this rate, by morning, I'm probably going to be really iffy on not only the EcoFlows, but also my 12-volt system. I will definitely have enough on both of them, but if I don't get some good sun tomorrow, I'm going to be definitely using the generator. It hurts to even say it, but I don't see a way around it. So this may be a very good lesson for planning for the future, for using this cargo trailer conversion. I hear a lot of people say they chase the 70-degree weather, but I might kind of be getting an idea of what they're saying. All right. So I'll see you in the morning. This time I mean it. Good morning. Well, I made it through the rainy night. Didn't do too bad. Didn't sleep very well. It's been years since I've really tried to sleep in a zero gravity chair. Didn't work out as well as I thought. So let's see here. Ran the air conditioning in eco mode all night, but still got 65% of the Delta Pros. And I think we got about 75% of the 12-volt system left. So all in all, I'd say that's better than what I feared it was going to be. So 65 and 75%. We'll see what we can do to top those off today. Hopefully, I don't need to resort to a generator. And like I said, a lot to do today, a lot to clean up. Forecast for the next couple days looks like it's going to be partly sunny and it is not going to rain. So we'll see how it goes. But right now, I think I'm going to have some coffee. Still pretty quiet here this morning. Gonna start getting my plan put together here to try to generate some power today. Don't have a whole lot of a opening in the canopy, unfortunately. There is some sparsity in the trees, however. So I'm thinking we'll try to do it in just purely in numbers. Maybe we'll get like 4 220 watt bifacial panels out here, get them set up, probably put them in series and see what we can get, see if we can get enough voltage without any voltage drop over to the Delta Pro. So again, still quiet. Well, it's a beautiful place. Been here many, many times in my life, but it still is always striking how beautiful something like this is so close to the city. Okay, it's not even quite 8 o'clock here local time. I have deployed 800 watts, actually almost 1,000 watts because they're 220 watt bifacial. I've got them hooked up in series parallel and we're gonna see what they're gonna do. Right now, the last time I checked, the power station isn't even acknowledging that they're connected. Well, I shouldn't say that. They're connected, but it's not producing anything. And again, it's still early. The sun is just barely coming through the trees. I don't know what we're going to get. I think I was saying yesterday, my worst case scenario is that I end up dragging my generator out here. Boy, I don't want to do that. That is kind of like a worst case scenario, but we're going to see how this works. I'm going to probably set over there in the old tent and start doing some editing, and we'll see how this works. Quite honestly, this might turn out to be a pretty depressing first outing. Beautiful place to set and edit, I gotta tell you, and I got a lot of catching up to do. But here's my problem. I'm just not making any power on the roof or on my 1,000 watt array here. I'm just not making any power. It just, for a brief moment, I was making about 45 watts. And then that's been about it. Really hasn't been a whole lot. It's a little heartbreaking, I gotta tell you, to realize I'm probably gonna have to go later today and get the generator. It's like admitting defeat. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock. I'm pulling in 100 out of a 1,000 watt array. Little depressing, but there's just nothing I can do about it. There's no place to get sun in this campsite. And it's just something I'm going to have to take into consideration. Now, with that being said, of course, there are places you can obviously go where this is not the issue, like Arizona in the desert. But I think I'm just going to have to take what I get here. When the sun gets a little more overhead, there is a narrow path through the trees here, as you can see. As long as it doesn't cloud up on me, I might get some. So, and the roof is producing a little bit. I don't even know if I'll recharge the house batteries. I'm hoping I'll at least recharge those. Uh, Definitely not going to be able to do air conditioning tonight because I don't want to have to recharge on Thursday as well with the generator. If I have to do it one day, it's going to be bad enough. All right, well, I'm editing away over there for one of my clients, so I better get back to work. Okay, I just changed my grouping on the panels here. Instead of having left to right in series, now I have front to back in series. And then the two groups in parallel. I was hoping that because of the way the trees are, maybe I could squeeze a little bit more out of it by having them here on the right side together than the left side together. So either that or I need to put them all in parallel so I don't have to deal with the shading. But boy, in parallel, I'm probably going to have some loss over this 40-foot of cable into the delta. I'd almost have to bring the delta out here and connect to them, and at 100 pounds, I'm not about to do that. So we will continue to see what we can get while we're editing. And then out of the little 100-watt panel back here for the river, I'm just sitting there like that. I have been getting as much as 30 out of it. So it's enough to run my editing rig, keep everything going. So we will continue on. But boy, this weather just is not participating. I'm hoping that those clouds will break within the next half hour when that sun hits this opening. Then we ought to really be able to get something. But the good news is, believe it or not, because of my 600 watts of solar on the roof of my trailer, I have reached 100% on the coach battery. So that is some good news. So we're getting a little happiness here. I'm up to 400 watts. Maybe I won't have to bring in a generator today. I don't know. If I can keep this going, and we're not even to noon yet, so if I can get these positioned, I need to drag the other ones over now. Hit this spot for now. It's almost going to be a constant battle, but I'd rather do that than give in to having a generator run. Took a little running around chasing it, but I am making a little over 500 watts right now. Well, now the sun just went in. Well, I was making a little bit over 500 watts. That's still just half though. Hopefully the sun will participate a little bit longer. Maybe I can get a little more charge. So it's been a few hours since I checked back in with you guys. I put away just about everything because the weather was there was just no sun. We're about 2 in the afternoon right now, and we finally got some sun coming out, and I'm making about 400 watts. I'm sorry, I take it back, 300 watts. I'm making about 300 watts with the two of these. They're 220 watt bifacials. I keep moving them around pretty regularly as the sun moves to get what I can. My Delta Pros still aren't even to 70%, and I started the day with 60%. But that's the Pro and the backup battery, so there's a lot there to charge. So still haven't gone and got the generator. Still on the fence about getting the generator. Now, I will say my house batteries have been 100% now for quite a while. I even considered going ahead and connecting to them, the Delta Pro, and siphoning off some of theirs. But I think I'm going to leave them alone because I do really count on those batteries for lights, the fan, the my BiPAP machine at night, the water pump. So there's a lot. I mean, I can survive the night without the air conditioning if I can't get back to full, but I do not want to be without any of the critical things that the house batteries, the 12-volt system provides. So there we are. We still, like I said, it's only 2 o'clock. My house batteries are completely full. That 600 watts of bifacial on the roof, even though they are not in direct sun. I'm telling you, those panels, they rock. They are amazing. So I will probably keep moving these around the best I can towards the end of the day. I'm guessing I'm going to wait until about 3 or 4 to make a call on the generator running in and getting that. I think if I get to 75%, I'm going to call it and say, I'm good. I'll make it another day. Today is Wednesday. I don't leave here till Friday morning, so I'll have tomorrow as well. So we'll see. I may need the generator, although I may need the generator tomorrow, although tomorrow is supposed to be mostly sunny instead of mostly cloudy. But I'll tell you what, inside this camp spot, this site, it takes a lot of moving around to get enough to charge the EcoFlow power stations. All right. And one more thing to add on this. So I did try a little experiment. I did go ahead and I originally had them in parallel. You know, of course, in parallel, if, as everyone knows, if one shades slightly, then you're not going to have the issue. Um, and I was getting between the two of them about 250 watts. I put these things in series and they spiked up over 300. Not much, but you know, you can't underestimate putting them in series and raising that voltage, what that does to alleviate any voltage drop issues on the 40-foot of cable. And I think that's why the roof units do so well. Uh, because they are so close to the MPPT controller. There's only a total of maybe 10 foot of cable there for any of them. So, and I don't know if I mentioned that. I think I did in an earlier one. These three are all in parallel. I decided to put these in parallel because I could get shading different places on the top, and these I can't move around and change as easy. So in my mind, it was better off to put these in parallel so I knew they were independent of one another. And so far, that's working out pretty good. Well, if you can hear me, this is what it's come down to. Yeah, didn't even get to 70% with solar today. So I don't want to risk it. I got the old generator started, unfortunately. Little Honda 2000. Just ran a cord over to my shore power inlet and then just powered the coach. Charging the EcoFlow station. This is something I really didn't want to have to film, but there we go. Okay, it's a little bit after 6 o'clock, and for us seniors, that's about time to start winding down. Did some chores outside, but have come inside now, getting the AC fired up, had the generator, got the Delta Pro and its extra battery up to 80%. So I'm definitely good for the night. Using what's left of the Wave 3's battery right now. Going to extract the last bit out of it. Probably going full power, max AC to get it cooled off in here. And as you can see, there's a new addition. Yeah, I didn't do too well sleeping in the chair last night. I think I mentioned that this morning, so forgive the mess everything is in, but that's why these test camps are important. Feeling your way through this. So either on the sleeping accommodations, either I'm going to be looking at a nice, good recliner, or I'm going to have to look at something like this. I'm kind of moving a little bit more towards a nice recliner. in here. I don't think I'm going to be that much for weight to get a decent recliner like I have at home. I have a cat napper at home that I can sleep in all night. Um, so that's where we're at. Get some air conditioning going and see where we land. Good morning. So here we are, morning after our second night in the camper. Went for a walk this morning, had our coffee, and we're just getting going this morning. I have the stats clipped. The house system, the 12-volt system, did really well, is a little over 70%, and the Delta Pros are 56%, and that's running air conditioning all night. So I'd say that's pretty good. So I will report back a little later. I think we're going to end up having to run the generator again today. Maybe not, because tomorrow morning, breaking camp and going back. So tonight I'll have to, like this shelter, I'll have to take it down because I don't want dew on it tomorrow morning, trying to pack it away. So there we go. Everything's going pretty good so far. Like I said, a lot of conclusions have drawn, and I think I'll be having a video following this trip with the conclusions, all in preparation again for the second trip, which will be in 5 to 6 weeks, I believe, and for the second test. And then I believe I told you guys, but then there will be one more, all in preparation for hopefully next year then for long term. Looks like we have a visitor in the campsite this morning. 2 visitors. Either they don't see me or they don't care. Okay, I just got back. Had to go into the shop this morning. That's one of the bad things about being close to business and home, is it's so easy to go back in if you need to. So I went in this morning to do a few things, and I'm back now. It's 10:30, and I just got some solar set up. We'll give it another try today. I don't know that I'm going to drag out more than 2 panels because I got to move them around so much that I don't know that it's worth to try to deal with any more than 2. So I got these 2 in series, and I'm getting about 350 watts. Not the best, not the worst. I'll tell you what, the angle finders on these EcoFlows really help. They're built into it. I don't know if you've seen those or not. I don't want to get too close and mess up my solar, but there, right there, you can see the angle finder. It's built right in to these 220 watt bifacials. So it really does help you aim them. All right, I'll report back as the day goes on. I move these around. We'll see what we get. We're starting, I believe we were at about 55%. I hope not to run the old generator today, but we'll see. I will, by this time tomorrow, I'll probably be packed up and on the way back. So just got one more night to go, and I'd also like to try to do without the air conditioning tonight to see what it's like in the trailer with no air. We'll see how the day goes. It's looking like it's going to be a fairly cool day. 79 is a high, so We'll see how it goes into the evening hours. Okay, so I changed my mind. I did drag everything out. Got about 450 watts right now I'm making. We got a series parallel combination. The two front are in series, paralleled with the two in the back. We will see how this goes. Oh, I got a cable laying over the top of one. Gotta go fix that. We'll see how it goes. Now, I know the sun's gonna move this way from yesterday, so these two I know I'll be able to move over. I might be able to move the back two over as well behind the picnic table over there. We'll see how it goes. Well, it happened. I've heard the horror stories of these EcoFlow panels being easily cracked. You know what? I don't think you can even see it right now, and I'm not going to move it right now because it is still working. But boy, I heard a crack in this panel right here in this section. Just from the back, you can really see it. Like I said, it's not working now, but boy, I'll tell you what, it's going to really... it's going to give me pause to think about these panels in the future if this is what I want. I'm kind of thinking the suitcase panels that are rigid are going to be more the way to go. I mean, these are a fight to put out. But honestly, I got these with my power stations, my Delta Pros. I've got one other one of the first generation. I've got it up here right now. It's probably even out of sun now. Yeah, it's almost totally out of the sun. I might try to move it. This big honking thing is the same as those are as far as it's a bifacial 220. I got it plugged in, charging my battery for my Wave 3. You know, just threw it on there to see if I could get anything. And it looked like it got a few percent, even setting here. I don't think I got enough cable to move it around this side. I don't even know if it's worth moving it over here, to be honest with you. But yep, first casualty. We got a cracked panel. So like I said, with that being said, I honestly don't know that I'll go this route in the future. And I had considered getting more of these EcoFlow flexibles. They weight-wise, they're fantastic. But if they're going to crack, and quite honestly, they are very hard to deploy. Now, the second gen is easier to deploy than the first one with the kickstands built into it. But they're still, you've really got to twist and turn these things. Actually, boy, you can see that crack from here. Let me see if I can zoom in. See it? Cracked all the way across the panel. Now, I don't know that there's any type of warranty or anything for those. I'm certainly going to try because I wasn't abusing this thing. I just moved it over here is all I did. So, all right, we're going to keep making some power. Okay, so I tried all four of them in series. And this one in front is the one that cracked. But it still seems to be outputting because I just got 553 watts. That's still like a little over half of what they should be able to do. And I know a few episodes ago, I tested them out just laying out on stone in the storage yard, and they were just putting out an immense amount of wattage. At that time, I don't recall the exact number, so I know they're capable. I don't know whether there's just some haze in the air or what's going on, but again, this cracked panel's really got me. It's got me rethinking the whole thing about these flexible panels, whether they're really the best idea or not. And not to repeat myself, but I heard people talk about cracking them, but it seemed like they were tougher than that. So we'll just have to see how this one does, see what happens. Well, that really sucks. I got some cables and stretched out and through this Gen 1 200 watt bifacial panel, 220 watt bifacial panel out here. I thought might as well try to catch something for the Wave 3. You know, I had it over here but ran out of sun, so I just threw it out here. And looked like it was making something, and I go by the trailer a second ago, and the Wave 3 decided to turn itself on since the battery was being charged. So it pretty much took everything that I had made. So that's something you might want to be careful of. And as far as I can tell, I'm not so sure you can charge the battery. You're supposed to be able to charge the battery without the unit being connected. But when I tried that, I couldn't get the battery to start charging. And I certainly didn't have a Bluetooth connection to see that it was charging. So I don't know. I'll have to do the guy thing and swallow my pride and read the directions or watch a video, I guess. So even with all the solar I'm getting today, I decided to start the generator. So this does confirm I've got the generator set for just, I believe it is 1200 watts. And so it is combining it. I am getting the 1200 watts from the generator along with another 236. So it's varying, it's popping all over the place, but I'm still getting varying amounts from the solar. So it is combining them. So as you can see, I've only got 2 hours to full. I'm not going to go for full, but it is earlier in the afternoon today. I didn't want to run the generator any later in the day. Yesterday, I ran it till about 5, and that's kind of getting into people's dinner time and stuff. So I figured it's not even 1 o'clock yet. I'd go ahead and run it now, get it over with, get it charged up, in case I do decide to run the Wave 3 tonight. Got them all laying flat here. It's about almost 1:30 in the afternoon. So we're about peak for laying flat. And they're making almost 500 watts. Combined with the generator, I'm getting a pretty good input. Shouldn't be long before this thing is charged to 100%. Sometimes I'm getting the best I've gotten out of these panels since I've been here. Maybe it's they're jealous of the generator, I don't know. But the old Honda's still chugging along, making its 1200 watts. I'd like to charge the Wave battery as well, but you know what I may do is after I get this one charged up, I may take and hook these panels up to the Wave battery. Although I think it'll only take 400 watts. So I don't know, we'll have to see. Well, I said I wouldn't go for a third night of air conditioning, but I made enough power today, and it is 84. I decided to go for air conditioning. Well, you can see this thing really takes a lot of humidity out of the air. That's the hose. And boy, is that hot coming out of there. Yeah, the Wave 3 has performed really well for me. You know, not really good that day I tried it, of course, with the 80-degree temperatures. But for my last night here, it will be really nice to have air conditioning. And this whole setup has worked really well. Rain on the roof. What a thing to wake up to on your last day. Probably won't be great packing out, but nevertheless, rain on the roof. What a way to start your move out day. Rainy, nasty. So, getting most of my stuff all packed up, ready to go. Got the bed all deflated, put in the bag. Got my water tank strained down. Had my first cup of coffee. Solar panels stacked back there. Just getting things all tied up. So where did we end up overnight? So I'll also screenshot So the EcoFlow running air conditioning, you know, my night where I didn't want to run air conditioning last night, I actually had my warmest night. I had to run it max till probably 9, 10 o'clock and then go down to Eco. And then actually at 3 a.m. when I woke up, I was cold. So I had to go ahead and shut it off from my phone, which is really nice to be able to do that. So I believe the house battery system, it's in the 70s. Let me see if I can find it here. You know, I just don't know this. I've probably really messed something up now. Anyway, I will screenshot the Victron screen and let you see it. Really, the only reason I got this thing is because it does extend the Wi-Fi quite a bit for the shunt. Although I rarely use the shunt unless I'm here, I pretty much always use the Servo GX web app. So that's where we stand. Everything is performed really well, and like I said, when this is all said and done, I will do a review of how it went and how systems performed and what needs to be changed. I have come up with some changes I think that I want to institute. So, and then it will be on to working on getting the last part of this equation done, which is going to be the toilet room. So shower performed flawlessly. Another 3 showers, no issues whatsoever. Everything worked great. The pump worked great. Everything was fantastic. Nice hot shower. Water heater worked fine. Everything worked great there. All right. I will touch base with you when we have landed this back in the storage yard. Oh, thunder. Now we're getting some thunder. That'll add to it. Well, there we go. We're back from our very first camping trip. Everything worked just great. Trailer pulled great. Got it back here in the storage yard here. Just doing a little cleanup, organizing, getting some solar right now. Even with this cloudy sky, getting 400 watts it's pumping into the house batteries. So yeah, when you're parked under trees for 3 or 4 days, it doesn't help your solar.